Shall we start?
Yeah, okay.
What's the story behind Ruben and Mystic teaming up?
I think you were working or as an intern for Mystic. And then, yeah, I was the local kiting kid here in the North Sea, freezing my balls off. Getting into the first competitions, and then you said, we need a rider as well when we're developing all these products together with Hans.
Yeah, at that time Mystic was founded, and I got the job from the owner at that time to build the story behind the brand, and of course that starts with a rider, with the face of the brand in my eyes. And then you definitely came to mind because you were rising fast with your long blonde hair.
There's not much left.
It's a little bit thinner now, but no, but you were standing out. You know, you were aggressive on the water, and you were fun off the water, always in for a good laugh. So I was like, Ruben is definitely our guy. You lived close, so you could drop by at the office. And you just went into the warehouse and you packed your stuff yourself, or you went straight into the R&D room. Yeah. And told everyone like, hey guys, we have to step up this and this because it doesn't work. And then we were like, yeah, but what do you mean? I don't know, it doesn't work. Fix it.
Yeah.
No, Noordwijk, there was like, of course, this whole scene that was pushing really hard. I mean, I think at some point you had Kevin, yourself, Yalu, who else? Sander, your brother, all these kids, they were just
Joppie, everybody pushing it.
Everyone was on tour, or everyone was at least doing the nationals, or so I think that's how it started. And one piece of paper, not much words, just go, handshake.
There we go.
There we go. I was 18, 19, you were 15, 16. It was a great start.
Ruben's a character. I actually just met him the first time when he came for King of the Year. He's a very good rider. Very dynamic, powerful, fast. I like his style. You know, from the first time I saw him riding in the trials, I'm like, that guy's pretty good.
In the beginning, it was just like logos slapped all over the place and like kind of tribal vibes going on. And we're like, all right. I mean, it was working at the time. And of course, in the beginning, you have to get the name out there. But I'm glad that evolved so beautifully over the years.
Yeah, that was, Hansi, our designer, was very much into that style of designing. And I think if you look back, it was like, holy shit, what did we do? But it was a way in, and it was different, and
for sure,
it was. It felt European. It felt North Sea style compared to all the Hawaiian brands.
For sure,
you literally embodied Mystic. So at some point, you also had to embrace the Celtic look and the white wetsuits and the style we had. But yeah, it was pretty extreme. What's it been like working together in general?
Painful, expensive, fun, inspirational, yeah, challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
why challenging from
all of the spectrum?
Yeah.
Why challenging? Yeah, I grew up after school. When I was 16 years old, I finished school. I went straight to kiteboarding, and that's all I know. And I've been managing my career by myself, and of course, getting some support from you, from some managers, but I always, I'm not so good in managing time, and my ideas are just going wild. I've got so many ideas. And wherever I travel, I get more ideas, and people come to me non-stop, so time just vanishes off the radar. So yeah, you always had your hands full with your part, and it's hard to merge two people that are already at overcapacity to merge those together.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the challenges come from.
It was indeed an emotional ride, ups and downs, but I think that was also good because we were challenging each other. You know, you were not afraid to say or tell someone the truth. I think I have the same. So the clashes that we had also
were solved pretty fast.
Yeah, my dad always used to say, without friction, nothing shines. Well, that was literally what happened, I think, in our relation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The contract conversations, they were always fun.
Yeah. Should have just signed one for 20 years. But no, every year we had to negotiate. Once I had a good contract for 2 years.
I think. Yeah, you really had a good contract actually.
Yeah, that was how it should be.
Yeah. I don't know what you did, but you for
I
some reason you negotiated really strong.
Yeah.
If you were in each other's shoes, what would you have done differently? You probably would manage the brand differently than I did.
Yeah, of course, because I look at it from a rider's perspective as well. So yeah, I'll just pay your athletes a bit more.
So you can save.
Not possible, not possible. Yeah, so that they can actually save whilst they're busting their balls. Yeah, or maybe some guidance, you know, because you work with young athletes. I could have used some guidance on things that I was missing that I might have not gotten from school or from my family. So building a bit of a foundation, which is easily done with a bit of structure and with a bit of guidance. But it's also not up to you. I was working with managers at the time as well, and you thought it was all taken care of, and obviously it was not. Yeah, I mean, I was making good money from when I was 17 years old or 16 years old, and just, yeah, if you don't keep it, then it just goes through.
In some ways, I would say maybe you were better off saving some, but on the other hand, it also gave you a lot of people and network, and
that's for sure.
In the end, it came all together, right?
Yeah, of course, but I could have done both. Yeah, of course, I'm a giver, but that's why it's always available for me as well. But sometimes it gotten a little bit more stressful than it should have had, and yeah, being dependent on finances just gives you stress, and to have a buffer is definitely something I will tell your athletes to go for. When I got with Red Bull, they promised me that I was a Red Bull athlete for life. You know, that's how they, yeah, made me feel part of the family. And yeah, that it went downhill like that because of one athlete manager that, I don't know, I didn't get along with.
No.
Yeah, it was pretty painful.
Yeah. But do you look back and you're like, I should have handled that different, or maybe count to 10 in a couple occasions to say, well, leave it because, you know, long term is the goal here? Or
yeah, I mean, I was a Red Bull athlete for 12 years, and yeah, I could have done things differently for sure, especially like what you say, the communication, and look at it from their side as well, and definitely structuring and communicating things better.
In the end, you had pretty long relationships with sponsors, so.
True that.
Mystic is 20 years, Slingshot was long,
yeah.
Ozone.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah, it was not too bad.
Any epic shoots you guys did together you can share, and what's the one that sticks out?
The adventure we took in Greece on the big boat, starting like a campfire on the beach, and then of course a few too many beers, swimming back to the boat, and then waking up in the morning and looking down and seeing Max in the bunk bed in his own puke there. I was like, oh shit, is he still alive, bro? But yeah, some of those crazy moments, or one in Norway where Itor was shooting as well. We had this house on top of the hill, and this massive storm came rolling in. It was quite onshore, but I remember rigging my 9 meter and just like doing a few loops there. And at one, I land on the wave and I just skip out, and then this wave chucks me almost through my lines. And I was riding my boots, so I was getting a little bit claustrophobic feelings there. I was like, if I get tangled now, I might just drown.
That was a scary moment for me because of course I had like so many scary moments with you. I know that my dad was always calling me like, what the fuck did you guys do again?
They always want us to jump in the place with the backdrop where there's no wind and some rocks. Like if you wipe out, it's definitely something
we should
gonna mess up.
I think we should challenge the riders a bit more, like the old days. No, but you were also pushing it, you know. Sometimes I didn't really had to say something or force you. You were just like, okay, that beach in Norway, I just go out there. I think it's a good place. And in the end, you know, you almost sort of drown.
Or Tarifa. Pier jump.
Pier jump.
Ooh, yeah, that was a close call too.
I still remember because we were on our way to the airport and you said, hey, let's check the pier because I think it's good to jump it. And it's never been done. And I was like, okay, but we have like a crew of 8 and we have to make the plane, so you better make sure you jump it. And then you went out a couple times, I think.
Yeah, I did it 3 times. Because I wanted to do it with a loop, but I only managed to do it with some jumps. 2 went all right, but then the 3rd one was just 50 centimeters over this pier, just got the loft and just
Another
made it to the water.
moment. Yeah. Adrenaline driven.
It's a good old time. I thought, yeah, okay, let's go, let's do it. And then when I took off, I felt that my kite didn't have enough power, and I was like, fuck. Go. I'm gonna drink a beer, calm down, and fly home.
Let's talk competitions. Any crazy or memorable moments?
I never cared about winning, or I never pictured myself winning. It just always happened, and it didn't give me goosebumps. But whenever I saw like Kevin or Aaron win, I got goosebumps for them, you know, seeing how much they enjoyed it. And maybe I was not loving myself enough or not believing in myself enough that I didn't, visualize that for myself, you know. So, yeah, maybe I could have given it a bit more, but I was just not there yet. So,
but I still remember, to answer this question, that there was this final on Tarifa in the peak array, and it was pumping, and I think you were in the finals, or you were like onto something, and then suddenly you guys decided, instead of freestyling, just go kite looping, you and Aaron, and like everyone was like, what are they doing? They're sort of going out of the format.
Yeah, I remember that competition. It was, I was in the heat against Alvaro and Nieva. We were battling for a spot in the final, and the wind just picked up to like 66 knots there. And yeah, I was going absolutely massive, doing all my big Megaloops, and then they decided to cancel the heat like 2 minutes before the end of the heat, or 1 minute before the end of the heat. And I was like, I just put my life on the line and now you cancel my heat? It's like, what? And then Alvaro decided very kindly to let me pass to the final, and we solved it that way. But it was an amazing event.
Yeah, and the King of the Airs are always special. The year that we sponsored it for the first time, I think it was 2015. That was that weird year when they canceled the heat, or, you know, end of the day, that they had to redo the semis because there was no wind. And then the next day you were in that semi-final again. And then you crashed, and I don't know, you broke your hand on the beach. Or
I had two of my hardest crashes ever. I broke my board in half. I almost knocked myself out, and then I was just so pissed with it all, and I just started hitting the ground.
Hitting the ground, and you broke your hand?
No, I dislocated my my little hand. I should have broken my legs on those crashes already. People thought it happened from the crashes, but it was actually from just punching the sand.
Oh!
There's a break, man.
It's a really bit of blue sweating, as I can see from here, so yeah, I think that definitely looks like a break.
Crash was gnarly. It was like shadow water.
Yeah, board fully in half, and I was okay, like it didn't really hurt.
Yeah, and I think there was also one king that you came on the podium again.
Oh yeah.
After your whole fight with cancer, you came back in that contest. You came second or third?
I think, third. Yeah, in 2017. I remember 2016, I just came off the chemo that year, and I remember watching Lewis have his massive wipeout, and I was just like, you watching, and you're like, you cannot do anything. So I just started hyperventilating, panicking, and like, hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And then, the next year I made my way back to the scene, and came third in the King of the Air. And even there in that heat, I could have pushed myself a bit more, but I don't know, I was just scared to unhook and do this Kung Fu handle pass, which is my signature move, and I can do it with my eyes closed. But how are you in it? How do you visualize yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty competitive. Of course, I couldn't never really show it in kiting because, you know, working behind the scenes on a brand doesn't give you the time and space to become pro. But kite loop competition in Forte, got the final once. You were there, yeah.
Phew.
I remember that I was using your board with the Red Bull logo, and then you gave me shit that I couldn't use it.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's exclusive.
It was fun.
Yeah, but you prepare well and you visualize yourself winning, right? And that's important.
Yeah.
I never visualized myself winning in a competition. It's like, if I would have done that, it would have been much better, I guess. Yeah. What's one piece of advice for young riders getting into the scene?
I think what I see lately a lot is that people or riders, they try to fit in. And I think if you have a certain character and a type of riding, then brands like Mystic will come towards you because for some reason you're different, you know. That's what I saw with you. You were like, you know, your riding was aggressive. You were a bit rebellious, you know, not only on the water but off the water as well. You were always throwing a party, you know. If you were coming into the room, suddenly everyone was looking up and, hey, Ruben is in, so something's gonna happen. If that fits your brand, then you're the ideal rider. So I think all the riders, they have to be careful that they're not sort of blending in and becoming all the same kind of type and character, because I'm looking for those Rubens and Aussies and
Jets
and Jets, you know, the guys that are standing out and really stand for something. You cannot only win competitions anymore. You have to have the 360 package.
100%. But what does it mean for a rider when a brand like Mystic steps up to the scene? Can they live from it? Is pro kiteboarding even a career?
Yeah, I think I think definitely you can live off it, but you need more sponsors than just the industry sponsors. I think sometimes we struggled because, you know, you had your vision and you were going like full speed, and I sometimes ask you to, you know, to think about what I need or how the company works, etc. I think if you find a nice way of riding and pushing hard, but also think with your sponsors, I think then you can make a career out of it.
Yeah.
But not everyone is able to do that because for some reason, some riders are lacking communication or they just don't answer phone calls from sponsors, which is the #1 principle. If you're sponsored, in the end, they pay your paycheck. So
no, 100%.
And you're not a soccer player. You can't just do whatever. You know, you have to work with them. So I think that's the piece of advice I would give. But definitely don't blend in too much and try to stand for your own character.
Yeah. Yeah, I think try to get a bit of a team around you because yeah, it's not just being a pro kiteboarder because you have to train on the water, you have to train off the water, you have to manage your social media, shoot the content, come up with the content, edit the content, find your sponsors, keep them happy. It's more than a full-time job. So yeah, try some people that can help you, maybe work with an agency and build your foundation. Don't spend all your money like I did. And yeah.
Focus on bigger, I think, is also smart.
Yeah, bigger is the wow factor of the sport.
Days,
and but also now short lines, I think, because I'm looking at bigger now and it's like the jumps take like 10, 15 seconds and they travel so far and they do so many spins. Me as a commentator, I can barely focus what's going on. So I think short lines are also definitely a very, very cool aspect in big air that is going to stick around for a long, long time. Or are super loops getting boring now? Let's see.
Now it's a new thing, let's see.
Yeah, imagine starting board offs with the super loop and rotate. Well, that's going to be crazy. Anyways, good luck, guys.
Last words. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Love you, brother.
I told Itwer the same, that I think the brand would not have been here without you, because you have been such an important face and athlete, especially the first 10 years, you know, and always will be. So, and I think I'm super proud of you on what you have achieved. I think many kids and riders at the moment are kiting because they were inspired by you. And also the fact how you're dealing with your life and your career right now. You're your father, you're having a family, you know. Along the way, sometimes I literally was thinking, how the hell is this guy gonna manage his life? Because he's such a loose cannon and he's just all over the place. But you found Nicky and you found peace and you became more serious and you still have that wild edge to you, which, by the way, I think you should never lose. Yeah, all I can say that I'm really thankful of what you've done for Mystic and who you became, and I think the future is positive.
I think the best compliment that I can get is if I got somebody into kiting. So I think that is definitely one of my happy moments if I can inspire people to kite, because I think it just improves your life. It just enhances all areas of your life and makes people feel really connected to themselves. So I will keep inspiring people to kite. And yeah, thanks for helping me spread that message and growing the sport. And I love you, brother.
Let's cheer on that.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Mooi, Ruben.